Here in the community center of Return to the Lord in Vienna, the executive meeting of the European Network of Community takes place. Here with me is Alex Miszko from Poland, and he's organizing the aid that is pouring in from many, many countries, from many donators. And I want to find out from him how much money has come in so far and what are we doing with the money as the ENC.
So far, we spent €15,000 for help to our brothers in Ukraine. For using this money, we bought some medicals like drugs, some special bandage for stop bleeding, and most of this money we transfer in cash directly to our brothers in Lviv, because they have a source of some equipment there in Ukraine, like bulletproof vests, helmets, and very special medicaments. So we already shipped one transport, and second transport is shipping from Wrocław today afternoon. Next money already comes, and we are in touch with Orest and Nazar daily to receive their needs, and we will react on them.
And what exactly is needed, we will find out in a few minutes, because we have a Zoom call with Orest, and he will give us the most updated information. And of course, we will keep you informed. Thank you for listening. And please share these messages with all your friends, because any help that is available is very much in need. Thank you.
Orest, can you say something more about the situation in general, but we are focused on the situation in our friends, brothers and sisters in OKS communities, how you deal?
So the general situation is Ukraine is still hard. And if you know that we have more than 5,000 civil who were killed by Putin bombs, because he deliberately bombs civil infrastructure. So we have only 1,300 militaries who were killed and more than 5,000 of civils. Wow. Can you imagine this?
No.
It means that Putin's terrorists intentionally kill civil people, expects that because of fear, they will make some demonstrations against our authority, our government. And that's why he tried to do this, to sow fear around. From the other side, our militaries are very effective, because 13,000 soldiers of Putin were killed by our soldiers, and only 1,300 of our were died. It means 1 to 10 we have. What we really need for Ukraine is help to cover sky above Ukraine, over the Ukraine, but it's not depends on you. I understand. So we have headquarters on the base of our community and OKS communities, and we cooperate to help people in different dimensions. So we help internal refugees, we help people who go abroad, we help our soldiers to get medicaments. So it's not easy to get them in Ukraine, as you know, and it's the biggest problem for now. And we need medicaments for people. Other things like clothes, food, I think it's enough in Ukraine. Now the price for fuel increased a lot. It's also a problem because each day from Lviv, we sent 3 big buses to Kiev and other cities. So 3 buses, and we have things we have clothes and food and other things which people need, but the problem with the fuel, because it's too expensive now. And we have about 15 different directions in which we work to help people and to help soldiers. So it's about 100 people, person from my community are involved in very active helping, 100 very active helping, and other also help, but not so active because of different reasons. So it mainly it's women with children, so for them it's not easy. It's a general situation, so we are afraid all because we know that in Ukraine there are no any safety place, because yesterday Putin put his rockets, 30 rockets, you know, it's horrible to the place which is very close to Lviv. So very close to Lviv, another rockets were sent to Ivano-Frankivsk directly. It's also Western Ukrainian. Lutsk as well, it's also Western Ukrainian. It's really dangerous situation because, you know, it's really true. Putin acts like terrorist. So he only in Mariupol, even Pope mentioned it. Only in Mariupol, 2,500 civil persons were killed. Only in one city. Only in one city. And, you know, it's the biggest problem. And the other problem that Russian soldiers don't allow to organize humanitarian corridors. They fight these corridors. So it's yesterday, 7 women were killed by Russian soldiers, which went on this humanitarian corridor. 7 women and 1 child were killed. So it's horrible. It's not people. Russian soldiers are not humans. It's animals. I can say in another way. So in general situation, if you need to know something specific, please ask. I will try to explain. In OKS, we have cooperation between different communities, and we help each other. We communicate, we share information. Yesterday, I recorded video, and I talked about your help, about your support. So it's for people, it's important to feel that they are not alone.
Yeah. So, Orest, Dominic here. What can we pray for you? There are so many people wanting to pray and intercede for Ukraine, and we have our own ideas. But is there something you could tell us that we should pray for specifically? If people ask, what can I pray for Ukraine? What should we focus on for you?
You really want to hear this? What we need?
Yes. Yeah.
We need NATO close the sky over the Ukraine, because we see, and so people in Ukraine are very frustrated because of the fear of NATO and European countries, especially Western countries, because Eastern countries are really for us and stand for us. But what about German and France? So we are very frustrated. We need this really, because if the sky are not closed, a big amount of civils will die each day. You know,
everybody who asks, tell them to start praying for a no-fly zone, for NATO to act courageously. Thank you.
Yeah, it's important because in other case, thousands and thousands people, civil people, mothers with children, it's not militaries. They die every day. It's horrible. You know.
Again, Orest, again, I have said this also in the whole group, and I say it again. I fully understand your point, and I feel that we have to pray for it. On the other hand, please understand that the political leaders have a problem. The first crash of an American fighter with a Russian airfighter means the beginning of the Third World War. And the Third World War, with this man Putin in charge, will end in atomic war. And this is the problem at the moment. I'm fully for every help you can get, and I am also for closing the air. This is my personal concern. I fear that the political leaders see no chance to avoid the Third World War without it.
It's a political issue, but I think that NATO is afraid, and it will have horrible consequences for other countries.
Orest, could you please explain a little bit more what it means in practice, close the sky, how it works?
There are a few possible ways. First, NATO can give us planes to defend, and we can defend ourselves and give systems. I don't know how it's in English, system which kill Putin's planes, Patriot.
Anti-aircraft systems.
Yeah. So it's the way, if we get planes and get the systems, we can defend ourselves using this weapon. The other way, it's more dangerous, of course, to ask NATO planes to kill Putin's rockets. So they can do this from the territory of NATO, but it's more dangerous way. The more realistic way is to get weapon, which help us to protect ourselves from the air dangers. And I know that Poland wanted to give us these planes, but Biden said no, because he is afraid of consequences. So,
Orest, what do you think about what's your perspective about the future? Because we in our communities all around the network receive some refugees, but we still have some space for our brothers from OKS communities, just not to offer this space for other people, and do not have still space for our brothers and sisters. Do you think that it's realistic that people from Lviv Oblast could come to Poland and other countries in the near future? Or
yes, because now it became more and more clear that Putin will try to fight also Western Ukraine. Yes. So I think it will mean that many people will go abroad as well, from Western Ukraine as well. Mm. Now he bombs only military infrastructure or semi-military, like bombs. But we know that he will continue to bomb also civil buildings and civil infrastructure. So I think it is possible that people will escape.
I have a question concerning the help. So you shared with us the list of medical equipment you need.
It's not also medicaments, medical equipment, medicaments. We also need some things for soldiers' protection. Right. And it's not only bulletproof vests, it's also different things. And the problem is that we can't buy it in Ukraine. I know that it's also a problem to buy it even in Poland and Slovakia. So, and several men from our community are mobilized. So, and they have this protection. You know, it's horrible that we as community can't buy for them these things which can save their lives. It's not because of lack of money, it's because we can buy it Ukraine. There are no. So it would be very good if you can find it abroad and help us with this, because you know, it can save a lot of lives.
Yeah.
It's also equipment for protection. It's not for fighting.
So basically you need, first of all, like a contact person who could have this, collect the needs from you, and then try to get the things bought and shipped to you, yes?
Yes. We have a center in Poland, close to Ukrainian border, and we collect things there, and then we take it from this center and to Ukraine. So
yeah, and it's already tested and it works.
And I would say, guys, that people are really impressed by your help. So many of them know about your support, about your prayer, about your financial support. By the way, 6,000 euros I passed to Christian Rescue Ministry from
very good
donated.
For the East, right?
Yes. For Alex, for 4,000, Alex buy different things for us. It was very important, and the 2,000 we spent for those who care about children which have no parents. And I would say that all this, your support, we spent for humanitarians, not for ammunition. We ordered 20 bullet-proof vests from Mexico.
Mexico.
Yes, because it was only way. But so it's too long to wait for this.
Yeah.
We have to wait 2 weeks about. Money also we need, because as I said, we need it for fuel, and we have things. Yes, we have things. We have clothes, we have food, and we try to send this to different hot places in Ukraine. You know, where in Kiev, in Kharkiv, in Irpin, Odessa, we send. But now the price for fuel increased twice in Ukraine. So it means that we need a lot of money only to help these cars to go.
So Orest, if my community has raised a bit of money for you, but how should we best give that to you? Is it best trying to give it to somebody here to buy things, or is it just to try and send it directly to you?
If you can buy things, please buy, because it's the most important. If you can't buy, we can use this money for other things we need.
Yeah.
Yesterday we have bought one device for night watching.
Yes.
You know, we spent. It's very important for our. It's guy from our community from central Ukraine, from community box, and he needs. So we buy, and we spend for about 3,000 euros for this, but it will help him to save not only his life, but the life of all soldiers which are with him. So, you know.
Orest, can you share a little about yourself? How do you feel? What is your, like, you know, ordinary life? How it's going? So
last 18 days, I spent the whole time from early morning to the late night. To organize our volunteering headquarters. So it was a really big job, but now it works very good. So I feel exhausted a little bit, but generally everything is good. So I am very happy that I can help people. I am happy that we as community self-organized, and we also help other communities also to be organized. So generally, because of this job, because of this work, I have no time to think about the war a lot. So,
Yeah.
so I'm involved in this volunteering help permanent.
Well, what do you expect in the future? What outcome of the war do you expect?
I expect that we will win this because we see now that Russian army is very weak. If we speak about soldiers, but Russia is very, Russia has a lot of planes. It's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, our militaries, it's not problem for militaries so much. It's problem for civil people because they bombs cities, hospitals, schools intentionally, you know. We will definitely win, but the problem with all destructions which which we will get. For now, we have destroying like for 120 billions of dollars in Ukraine, destroyed by Putin's army. It's crazy because, you know, soldiers, only 1,300 soldiers died and more than 5,000 civils were killed. You know, it's not a war, it's terroristic acts. You know?
Yes.
And what about the roads? Are they not destroyed? Can you reach between cities without problem?
In Western Ukrainian, yes, but for the East, it's something not easy. We try to find ways.
And the communities in Kiev, are they have they already fled, or are they in defense of the city?
It depends. Some, I think 50% flee and 50 stayed. So because they want to help people around, and I think 50 flee and 50 stayed.
I heard from my friend Svetlana, who translated me, that she is still working in Kyiv. I spoke to her day before yesterday. She said, I'm still there, I'm helping organize volunteers, and she's so brave. But, no, so many brave people.
Yeah.
So I'm really impressed how our people are brave. It's because of God's help, in other way. We have a long queues of those who want to fight for Ukraine, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very, very good. And we also, Orest, we also heard about several miracles about Odessa, that there was a heavy wind, and so the Russian ships could not land with the troops. Is this true?
Yes. Yeah. And the other miracle, this is 600 soldiers. They said, no, we would not go to Ukraine to fight.
Really?
600. When they get to know the real situation in Ukraine, they said no. And now
they refused.
Yeah, they refused. And now they are persecuted in Russia.
We heard a report through one of our teams in Belarus that several paratroopers, Russian paratroopers, were going to land right on the other side of the border in the Ukraine, and they said a wind took them back into Belarus.
I would say that the biggest miracle is that Belarusian troops are not involved actively.
Absolutely. And may this continue so.
Yes.
May this continue so. That's a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
And you know that now Putin asked China to help military and help with money. So we need to pray as well about this. Please, guys, pray. So
ask China for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we destroyed their weapons for $5 billion. Yeah, I really appreciate your help. So you can't even imagine how it's important for us to feel that we are not alone. It's really true. And all our people feel this. So
well, let me say, I've never seen in all my life the unity around support for Ukraine on every, in England, at least every level of society, every different, political persuasion, people are fully supportive, and they're a cry, what can we do more? And when our politicians have been really slow, we have letting in Ukrainian refugees, there was an outcry in all the media that what are we doing? So much so that there has been changes almost overnight, because there was real danger the government would be brought down by it. There is such feeling for Ukraine in the country, and I think this is across Europe the same. Just let's hope NATO has the same heart. Right, we'll see.